Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Williams, and I am blessed and honored to be here today presenting to you, talking about this company, LifeVantage, and what we have our hands on and sharing it with you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story before we begin. My story began with the bad economy 10 years ago, honestly. If you remember 2008, 2009, 11 years ago, what was going on. The economy was bad, like we're going through now, kind of, different situation, but people were struggling back then, and that bad economy hit our family. My husband's company was restructuring during that time because of what was going on, and his job got eliminated. His whole department restructured, and his whole department got eliminated, and he had to find something else. He found something here. So we were living in Massachusetts. He found something here on the West Coast in Arizona, and so he wanted to move here. And I said, great, but I'm not working. I'll move if I don't have to work, because I worked 50, 60, 70 hours a week. I never saw my two boys growing up, and I did not want that life anymore. I walked away from a six-figure income. He said yes, we would make this work, and it was a promotion for him, so this was good. I was home for about a year, and I knew that eventually I would do something. I didn't know what it was, but after a year, I was kind of having these daily conversations with God and praying and asking him, what can I do? What can I do different to bring some supplemental income to our home? And I knew that I didn't want to go back to corporate America and work all those hours. I knew what I wanted was flexibility. I wanted to still be a mom. I wanted to be able to still make breakfast for my kids in the morning. They were getting used to that, and they like to have mom around. And I wanted flexibility. I wanted to be able to bring some supplemental income in, but do something in between my kids' life and in our lives. And my neighbor came over almost 10 years ago and showed me an ABC investigative report that blew my mind, because I was into, health and wellness, and I knew enough about antioxidants that this was a breakthrough. This was not antioxidants, this was activation. And it was just totally different science, and it just blew my mind, right? So I'm going to share my screen to kind of tell you what we have our hands on, what I've learned over the 10 years, and how it all has evolved, right? And with these, products that we have, and this business opportunity that we have, that we're positioned right now. Come on, share. We're positioned right now like never before with health and wellness, right? People are looking for, how can I be healthier during these times? And how can I make some supplemental income, right? Well, this is a tough situation, that the tough economy that we're going through. I was reading something that 2 million some people are filing for unemployment. I mean, it is crazy. Sorry, my phone's ringing, but it never rings because I never use it. But it's been ringing a lot lately. So our name of our company is LifeVantage. Everyone's results will be different here because we're all unique and different. So whether it's the product or the business, all of it will be unique and different, the results that you have with it, right? So our company began with one question they were asking. They wanted to know the answer to this. Is declining health something that we have to simply accept as part of getting older? And the answer was no, we don't have to accept it, right? Because they discovered that our genes have this incredible ability to keep our bodies healthy, right? And then they discovered decades later that there's a way to activate these abilities. Because here's the problem in between this. Our genes can keep our bodies healthy, but that ability as we get older declines, right? So what we have to do is activate that, and that is what this company has found. And it was so big that it was on Wall Street Journal. The title was, scientist has this scientific breakthrough. ABC ABC Primetime investigative report caught a hold of it, and they came in to investigate our company back in 2005. And this is important because this is where the story begins. This is where the company kind of got its foot in the door and started, launching. So I'm going to show you a very small piece of that, and then I'll tell you the rest of the story.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
So I got some texts that people were saying it was crackling and buzzing. So I'm sorry if it was. It was perfectly fine on my end, but I let it go through anyway because it was just a short piece of it. But if you have never seen that, ask the person that invited you to watch this webinar tonight. Ask them to send it to you because it is a big deal, right? Like I said, ABC Primetime came in and they came in to debunk this company, right? They came into, okay, is this really a scientific breakthrough? But I'll tell you, John Quinones gives his blood and the results come back better than what we actually say, because as a company, we say that we can reduce oxidative stress by 40%. And his results were 45% in 2 weeks, right? And we say 30. But the important thing that happened, and so let me explain what oxidative stress is, because you're probably, what's this oxidative stress? Even though they kind of explained it a little, I want you to think of, we're going to talk about 3 theories of aging, but I want you to think of a car, rust on a car, that's oxidation. That same process is what happens inside of our cells in our body, right? And if you leave here today, one thing like go look up oxidative stress, because when you realize what oxidative stress is, then you'll see how important it is what we have our hands on, because that's what happened with universities around the world that started calling the company after they saw that ABC investigative report, because they knew what they were studying and doing research on was connected to oxidative stress. And they had never found anything that could reduce oxidative stress by 40%. So that really intrigued them. That is a big deal. We're the only product in the world that we know of that can reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And with continued use up to 70%. And that's huge, right? Because it's very small percentages. That's why these universities took the time to do this research and use this product to see what it could do. We used to be a retail company, but we changed to direct sales in 2009 because, you know, when that ABC aired, the company got $5 million of orders, but they couldn't fulfill those orders. So they lost all that momentum, unfortunately. So direct sales is just people telling people, sharing what they're passionate about, sharing what they love, and, you know, seeing if it connects and resonates with people. So here we go, the 3 theories of aging. So oxidative stress is that first theory of aging, right? So the body is bombarded with this oxidative stress. And this oxidative stress, look, it damages heart, skin, kidney, joints, lungs, brain, immune system, multi-organs, right? The solution is to combat it with oxidants, right? Antioxidants. The problem is as we get older, our antioxidant production slows down over time. So what causes this oxidative stress? Our diets, like bad, poor diets, smoking, medication, alcohol, toxins, pesticides, herbicides, all of that stuff is what causes it. So the solution that we found was activating a pathway called NRF2. So there are supplements, and then there's activation and nutrigenomics, right? Nutrition for your genes. We are activators, right? We're activating, turning on this pathway. What's the difference? Is a supplement is supplementing something in your body, right? An activator is activating your own body to heal itself. That is the big difference. It's not the milk thistle, bako, ashwagandha, green tea, and turmeric. No, it's the synergy of them together makes it 1,800% more effective, and it turns on this NRF2 pathway, which is a protein in our body. It goes into our body, finds a problem, comes back to the cell, and it talks to the cell. It says, hey, we've got this problem going on. Go out there and fix it, right? So it tells the body to make more antioxidant enzymes, right? And you've probably heard of antioxidants. They neutralize free radicals, right? And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this makes your body makes its own enzymes, and these enzymes, for example, superoxide dismutase, can neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, every second of the day. It increases catalase, glutathione, right, by 300%. Look up glutathione and how important. Dr. Oz said, I was watching his program, and he said, glutathione is like the master regulator in the body, the master antioxidant that you need in your body, because it's like a magnet. It takes out the toxins out of your body, and that's what we need. So what's the difference between these antioxidants? Well, it's 1-to-1 or 1-to-1,000,000, right? You want the 1,000,000-to-1, right? 1-to-1, if you take an antioxidant into your body, right? So you take a direct antioxidant into your body, it's going to neutralize 1 free radical, and then the body eliminates it. When you activate your body, it makes enzymes, and those enzymes can make millions of free radicals, can neutralize millions of free radicals per second, every second of the day. Look at the example below, right? You'd have to eat 11 pounds of blueberry to equal taking 1 NRF2 activator a day. So 11 pounds of blueberries daily for 1 pill of this and what it does in the body. right? If you ate 11 pounds of blueberry, I'm sorry, but you're going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom, right? Your body cannot process that many blueberries, right? Look at wine. If you like wine, I like a glass of wine every now and then. You'd have to drink 87 glasses of wine. You can't do that, right? Well, you can, but you're going to be in the hospital, right? Where this is the big difference versus supplementation and activation. Activation is the future of health and wellness. And I'll show you a study in a second. But that ABC led to 25 peer-reviewed, published in different publication and journals, were published in the American Heart Association Journal. That is one of the most prestigious journals that there are for cardiologists, right? That is super important. And to have this published in there, you have to be at a high caliber. 25 different studies, universities, right? Harvard University, one of the top universities, has published a study with our products. Washington State University, look at what they're saying. NRF2 is likely to become the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Wow. When I saw that, that blew my mind, right? Do I want to be on a supplement or do I want to be activated? I want to be activated, especially right now when people are concerned about their health so much. You want to support your immune system. NRF2 activation is an excellent way to support that immune system. So that was our first theory of aging. So I'm going to give you a car analogy to make this kind of simple. If you have a car and it's super rusty, right? And the engine is rusty, then you got to get rid of that rust. That is the oxidative stress. That same process happens inside our cells. You can think of we're rusting from the inside out, right? That's the first theory of aging. But that rust has damaged the engine. The engine is, of the car is what makes it run. Every cell has engine or engines, right? Has an engine or engine. That's called the mitochondria. You can have a cell that has one mitochondria, or you can have a cell that has hundreds and hundreds of mitochondria. Your brain cells and your reproductive organ, and I think your gut cells also, I heard recently, have hundreds of mitochondria in a single cell, right? And so that's what gives you energy. That's what gets your cells running, right? And the problem is that those mitochondria decline over time. So the solution is that we need to fix and we need to make more mitochondria, and you want to remove the damaged mitochondria, right? So the solution was, we found, activate the NRF1 pathway. So this pathway, what it does, it repairs your mitochondria and it makes more mitochondria. So we've seen that it helps with the sleep quality, the cellular repair. It helps support cognitive and brain health. Supports a healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. And then we looked at, okay, what else in the body can we, what other pathway can we activate, right? So then we found the sirtuins, right? This sirtuin activity. And if you look at, so we go back to the car analogy, the electrical system or the computer in the car that controls everything else, the windows go up and down, the radio, all of this stuff, that is what the sirtuins do in our body. As our body runs, our cells make waste, and that waste can back up and slow down the cell if it's not removed. The sirtuins are responsible for removing that waste that's inside of your body, right? So the solution is we need to activate the sirtuin pathway, right? The hurdle is, once again, as we age, the sirtuin activity slows down. So what we what we discovered is a way to activate, sorry, I couldn't get the words out, activate the NAD pathway. The NAD is a molecule, and this molecule will turn on the sirtuin activity, will make more of these sirtuin, this set of proteins. And our NAD in 24 hours will double the sirtuin activity that you have in your body. This supports healthy longevity, improves mental focus and concentration, supports a positive mood, boosts your mental and physical energy, supports an inflammatory, healthy inflammatory response, cholesterol, your vascular system in your body. So these three theories together. So individually, they're amazing, but we were asking the question, what do they do together, right? So we put them together as tri-synergizer, they're called. But we wondered, what is it going to do to the other responses, right? And what we found is, if you look at the first block, that first gray block, so I've been saying that the NRF2 activation can reduce oxidative stress by 40%. Well, all three of them together, that almost doubles. It can decrease that oxidative stress by 73%. Look at the inflammatory response, right? A healthy inflammatory response, activating this gene called HMOX1. NRF2 can activate that gene by 50%. All three of them together, 838%. That's incredible. That blew our mind when we saw what it could do. And then if you look at all the NRF1 gets increased and the NAD also gets increased. I mean, pretty significant what all three of them do. So we took that science and we put it into some other areas of the body. The brain, right? You want mental clarity, focus. We have Axio. It's an energy drink, a healthy energy drink with, you know, non-GMO, no artificial coloring. It's all natural. The main ingredient is New Zealand pine bark that breaks that blood-brain barrier. It's like having your brain that's not wired right, and then all of a sudden you get it wired correctly. Axio is brain food. Then we looked at your gut health. Your immune system starts in your gut, right? And so we developed a probiotic, and what's different about it is that it has a special coating, and that coating on it allows it to get through the stomach acids, which normally only 4% of probiotics get through your stomach acids. This is 60% gets through your stomach acids into your gut where it needs to go. Then we developed an omega fish oil with vitamin D in it, a weight management system. And then we took that NRF2 activation and put it into skincare and hair care called True Science. It's green, clean, very safe, beautiful for your body. And if you download the app called Think Dirty, and that app will rate how toxic your products are that you put in your body, right? Because anything you put on your skin and your body gets absorbed into your body within 20 seconds, especially on your scalp, it gets absorbed even faster than that. And we don't realize the toxic shampoos and conditioners that we put in our body. So that Think Dirty app will rate products from 0 to 12. 0 like coconut oils, 0, all natural. 12, it's cancerous stuff that you don't want to put on your body at all. Our products are rated 0, 1, and 2. Has a little bit of preservative in them because you need it, but pretty amazing stuff that's there. I've been using the anti-aging cream for 10 years now. That's all we had when we started, was the NRF2 and the anti-aging cream, and then they came out with the skincare line, which I love. And then people were giving that NRF2 activation to their dogs, cats, horses. And so the company developed Pet Tandem for dogs, and you can give it to cats too, just break it up. And so everything that it does supports all the cognitive functions that I talked about, mobility, joints, they got all those little joints, flexibility, mobility, all of that. It helps support in your dogs. So that's our product line. We don't have a lot of products here, very systematic where we come out to help support another body function, right? But layered together, you want maximum body health, where we've got the Vitality Stack that has your omega in it, your probio, and your NRF2 and NRF1. You just got to add the NAD separately, and you've got total body wellness right there. Now, if you're seeing this, right, and you want to be a customer, great, amazing, get back to the person that invited you and say, hey, I'd like to try out some of these products, right? But if you're sitting here and thinking of people, when I saw this the first time, I was thinking of my mom and dad. I was thinking of my sisters. I was thinking of my husband. You know, I was thinking of my boys that were both athletes, right? And I wanted to keep them in tip-top shape. And so if you're thinking of people, this may be something that you want to share with people, right? That's all I've done is I shared this from my heart with people from home, or, you know, you can, and now more than ever, people are looking for how can I make some money from home? How can I create some supplemental income, you know, earn some income from home? Well, this is the way, right? Like, you've been invited to get on this webinar. Well, we have these, you know, Monday through Friday, and whoever shared this with you, they probably have even more that other webinars. So you can just invite people. You don't have to know a lot. I didn't know anything when I started this, but you can just invite people to come and learn about this, right? If you can just get good at inviting people to come and look at the information, that's what we do, is we just invite people to come in and look at the information and see if it connects with them, right? But find a few other people that want to do this with you, right? And then they will share it with other people, and that's how you start doing this. So this is social sharing, right? When we like stuff, we share it, right? If you're that type of person that if you read a book, you're going to share it with your best friends. If you go to a restaurant, you're going to share it with people. This is the same thing. This is just sharing what you love and what you believe in with others, right? We have a virtual office. Everything is done, you know, it's like, look at it as an online franchise, right? Everything is done online. I don't carry any inventory. If somebody wants something, we have a personal a website that we can go in, and then we can create a shopping cart for you and share that shopping cart, and then you order whatever you want. That's simple to do this, right? Why LifeVantage now, right? Because most of the US and Canada, most of the world, we're in 18 different countries, doesn't know about LifeVantage, doesn't even know that this science exists, right? So we're out there educating the world. We're just telling a story, right? That's all I'm doing, is I'm telling you a story. Why right now? Well, in the last 8 years, wellness has increased by 60%. Let me ask you, do you think that wellness is important right now? Do you think that people are looking for ways to boost their immune system? Yes, they are. And I think this number is going to jump over the next couple of years, because people are looking, how can I be healthier, right? Because I mean, we're in this for the long haul. This isn't going to go away tomorrow, you know, the situation we're in. So we really need to look and get our bodies in tip-top shape to be able to, you know, be the healthiest version of ourselves possible. Remember I told you about oxidative stress? There's over 220,000 studies today. Please, please go to pubmed.gov, pubmed.gov, and type in oxidative stress. And when I remember when I started 10 years ago, there was about 100,000 studies. Look, that's doubled in 10 years. This is a key problem that the world is trying to solve, and we have a solution for it. So if you're thinking of sharing this with others and looking at this as a business opportunity to create some supplemental income, we have 3 different ways to get involved. It's $50 to start your business, to get a website, to get a starter kit, to get some information. And then you pick a pack, right? So the starter kit plus the pack, the silver one is $350, the gold one is $650, and the platinum one is $1250. The difference in these packs are more product, more product, more product. Platinum pack, of course, is your best value, because you're getting the most product. You're getting a little bit of all of our products, so you can try them. You can sample them out for people. You can sell the excess that you're not going to be using. You can sell that to people, you know, to get your return on, you know, starting your business. There's a 35% savings, meaning there's 35% more product than if you were buying it retail, right? Who doesn't want to save money, right? And this is a one-time purchase. You're buying a business, right? You're starting a business. Remember I said like an online franchise? So for $12.50, plus taxes, you can start your business, right? But can you make money on this, right? Yes, you can. There's 5 different ways to get paid. And I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but initially, as you bring on, as you share this with people and people order, you can get up to 40% on the first customer, on your customers and your distributors' first order, 40% commission. And then as people order month over month over month, it's an average of 5%. As you now start to find other people that want to be part of this, right? That want to be a distributor like you, and they want to go share this, then you get generational match, meaning as they grow their business, as you help them grow their business, you get a percentage of that too, right? So you're creating a legacy, right? You're creating a deep business, right? With leaders upon leaders upon leaders. And then as you get to a certain level in the company, you can share in global commissions. So imagine if you start today, once we go from 1 to 10, once you get to 7, you can share in global commissions. You can get paid on my customers from 10 years ago that are still ordering today. You can get paid a piece of that. I don't know any company that does that. So what are people earning, right? We're a publicly traded company, so we can disclose, what the average monthly commission is. So we go from 1 to 10, like I said. Pro 3 in the business is someone that has 5,000 points. It's roughly a little bit around $5,000 of sales a month, just to give you a comparison. Their average that they're making is $626. I remember back in 2010 when I started, the $285 of extra income could have stopped most of the bankruptcies in the home foreclosures. That's all people needed extra. They didn't need millions of dollars. They needed a little bit of extra income. And Pro 1, 2, and 3 is some part-time income, right? And then as you find some key people in it, and they start sharing, in your team, and your business starts to grow, then you get to Pro 4, 5, and 6, which is from part-time to full-time income. Pro 5s are earning an average, and that's Pro 5s are 20,000 points, an average around $20,000 of sales a month, and they're earning an average of $3,000 a month. And then as you start, those people now start to grow their businesses, right? You get into 7, 8, 9, and 10. A Pro 7, which shares that global commission, right? They have 100,000 points, which is about 100,000 in sales a month, and they're earning an average of 13,000 a month. That's way beyond the average of what most Americans make here, right? So it takes, it takes work. It takes, taking the time to learn this business and to plugging in. So you're probably asking, can I do this, right? Yes, you can do this, because I had no previous experience in this, but I was coachable. I plugged into the system we have 24/7 support in some way or fashion. It's an easy to follow system. You launch it, right? And launching it can be inviting 25 to 50 people to come and hear about it. And someone on this team will do a launch webinar like this for you. And then you're learning along the way. You're learning how to tell a story. Now, I will challenge any of you. Have you ever told a story? Do you know how to tell a story? Well, if you know how to tell a story, that's all I'm doing here. I've told you my story. I've told you the product and the science story. I've told you the company story. And I'm telling you the story of how this business works, right? And how you can build this business. And then once you learn the story, right? And you learn how to do this and how to share this, then you start leading your own team. You start doing your own webinars for your own team. As they bring people in, you start telling the story that I just told you. We have regular meetings to help you. So, you know, until you're comfortable and ready, you just plug people into the system, invite them on these webinars, right? We all have different background, right? There was an email sent out with my background, which you could have invited people based on my background. Say, hey, come here, this person that was in corporate America was an HR manager, and now she's built, you know, one of the top 20 in this company and has built a multi-million-dollar business in 10 years, right? We have corporate events. We're doing online training because we can't be together, and that we did not let that stop us at all, at all. We've been using this Zoom technology before, you know, this happened to us, and it just amplified it. Instead of doing home meeting presentations and maybe one-on-one presentations and hotel meetings, we're doing everything virtual. We're doing everything online like this, which is super simple. Invite someone to come hear about it. And you know what? That's opened up globally, because we're in 18 different countries, and now people are like, well, I have a friend that's from England. Maybe she has family that I can ask for referrals, right? Maybe she's not interested, but go and talk to that friend and say, hey, I've started a business that we're in England. You know, we just opened up the last couple of years in England, full of opportunity. You have any family or friends in there? Anyone that's concerned about their health? Anybody that's into wellness, right? Anybody that needs extra income, that would like to do something from home? Let's invite them on. Let's share the story. Let's share this information and see if it connects and resonates with them. That is all we have done here, is we've shared this with people, found people that either wanted to be on the product, right? So right now, you may need more information, and if you do, get back to the person that invited you and say, hey, can you tell me more about this? I want to know more about this. Whatever you want to know, we are open book and we will share it with you. If you're ready to become a customer, ask the person that invited you, say, hey, yes, I'd love to get on this product. They'll send you, tell them which products you want, tell them what's going on with you, and we can show you which combination may help more than another combination, right? Because we've been around a little while and we know which products work, you know, kind of the best together. And if you can see yourself sharing this with people, if names have come to your heart and to your mind, then join our team. We are here to support you and to help you. You are not here to do this alone. We're here together. We want to help you and we want to support you. So thank you so much for getting on here today. And please just get back to the person that invited you and have a blessed day, night, wherever you are. Some people it's morning for them, wherever they are from, you know, these webinars go globally. So it's morning. I just did a webinar for some people in Australia, and it's morning for them. So wherever you are, thank you so much for joining us and have a blessed